What's up, my wizards? Dev from SBMTG here with my buddy
Tony.
That's his name, and we're doing more set reviews for Oath of the Gatewatch, O to the G of the W. And yeah, we're going to do green today. So again, we're going in reverse order. We like to do that because you like it. So whatever you guys like, that's cool. In any case, we're going to go ahead and kick it off with the green stuff here. We're not just going to babble forever like I'm doing right now. And yeah, let's do it. What's this first card right here, Tony?
Today we're going to start off with Nissa.
Woo!
Syndicar. Probably one of the best cards in the set.
Yeah, if not
hands down.
the best. Maybe.
No, I'm pretty sure the best is going to be one that's coming up.
The other Nissa card?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, this is Nissa.
Nissa is really, she's full force in this set. Man.
Man.
How do you feel about this Planeswalker?
Love her. Everything, like everything, her ultimate isn't really the big thing.
Right.
But it's there. It does help. It can happen.
I've never ultimated her. I've done some testing, but I've never ultimated her before.
Yeah, more often than not, she is just the anthem. But against some decks, just using her +1 to generate those tokens and sort of generate just a nice presence for herself and block.
Yeah, she protects herself really well.
Exactly. You can eventually get to that ultimate that way, and it's in those long, like, grindy games that you're going to need it. Like, maybe some more mid-range ones or some heavy aggro.
Yeah, I'm talking about, like,
try and create a huge defensive team.
You do, like, Bant with this Nissa and almost make it like a Bant control deck where you're just trying to get her ultimate. Because it's like, in some cases, that's going to be better than a Sphinx's Revelation.
All the time.
You know, that's ridiculous.
Because it's like 3 extra life and cards.
Like,
every time, all the time, instead of Sphinx's Revelation, like 3.
Yeah, the Sphinx's Revelation usually you hit for like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Some Sphinxes are only like 2 or 3, though, you know, back in the old Theros Black, Blue-White deck. This, on the other hand, is like a Sphinx's Revelation for like a Bant control deck that not only can revelate, I don't even know that's a word, you can cast Sphinx's Revelation, or this has potential of ending the game by itself.
Oh, yeah.
It's entirely possible in a control deck. Once you take control of things, you establish the board presence that you want to have. This can just end the game in it takes a while. Don't get me wrong, it takes a while. But after you have, you know, a couple of plants and an anthem or two, you know, a couple of your counters on them, then you can swing through for enough damage in just a few turns. Like a control deck can really establish dominance and then ride this, you know. I've mostly been trying it in the green-white tokens deck. It's like this and Gideon, you know.
Oh, yeah.
It builds itself.
Oh, yeah. It's perfect for just the anthem effect.
Exactly.
Which is what it's going to be very popular for.
Like, it's obviously really good with Hangerback Walker. That's big. It's on color with Dim Protector, and if you put enough counters on Dim Protector, he's more or less unblockable. There's so many good things. I mean, she works with so many good things like already that have a presence in the format that I think this is going to be like one of the most impactful cards in this set. So. Anything else?
Bant Super Friends is pretty much a thing thanks to like all the combination of cards that we have right now.
Yeah, I'm already
Nissa and Oath of Nissa coming up is a huge.
Oath of Nissa is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, I've been working on Bant Super Friends. I call it the Fellowship, like Fellowship of the Ring, kind of like it's just the Oath. But everyone except Chandra. Chandra, like her oath isn't great. We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
But no, I think Bant Super Friends might be like really fun. You know, Oath of Nissa is crazy. Oath of Jace is even good. Oath of Gideon's fine, especially with Gideon. You know, so I think that deck could be fine. But there's just again, that's just another home for her. There's probably 5 or 6 of them in the current standard. So she's just she does everything. She only costs 3.
Yeah.
Only costs 3. That's crazy. This next card, I'm not going to talk about it as long, but I'm still really excited about this. This is a Sylvan Advocate right here, and on the spoiler video, I compared it sort of to Tarmogoyf, right? Because Tarmogoyf is a card that costs 2 mana. It's going to be small when he comes out, but then he's going to end up being a 4/5 or a 5/6 a little bit later on in the game. This takes a little bit longer than Tarmogoyf to get there if you're not ramping lands, you know, but is still a really above curve 2-drop. You know, we like bears. 2 power guys. This has 3 toughness and vigilance. There's just so much gravy on the card, even if it's just a 2-drop. And then a few turns into the game, it becomes like a really important creature, like blank siege rhinos and stuff. Like, how do you feel?
I like the card just fine. It also happens to have 2 relevant creature types in elves and allies.
Yeah.
There's a home for it somewhere. I'm just not sure quite where it is yet. Like,
Yeah.
it seems like, well, I mean, there are ramp deck stuff, meh.
Yeah, but it's
That,
like, you know...
maybe just grind your matchups for the elves.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's what I was going to ask you. You know, we're both elves players. We like elves. You know, do you play this in elves?
I've thought about it, but I haven't been able to test it. It is not... The whole set's not out on X Major or anything, which is...
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't, I mean, I've been proxying stuff up.
Yeah.
But I haven't tested with this either. I'm fairly excited. I feel like it's a good drop for just a, a 2 or 3 color mid-range deck that wants to just play like a traditional mid-range deck. You know, it's very rock in a way. You know, it's got 3 toughness for 2 mana, great blocker early game. It can also swing in. Vigilance is nice. Really good mid-game, almost Dragon Master outcasty type bonus. I mean, it's the same if you add 6 lands, the thing happens. So it feels like that. I've looked at this in Jund. You know, I don't think it goes in elves. I'm not sure though. You know, we talked about this yesterday. The elves deck doesn't want to go to the 6th or 7th turn.
Mm-hmm.
It really doesn't. So I'm not totally sure about that, but it is a really solid 2-drop for that deck. As far as you're talking about the ramp decks, those ramp decks right now only play like Sylvan Scrying on their 2nd turn, and they might.
Oh, I didn't mean necessarily those.
Oh, like the
decks.
green red Eldrazi, like not those.
No, just like some of the like mid-range ones, like Teamer or something.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I can see this working in Teamer.
Yeah,
I can maybe see that. You know, and Teamer is sort of shallow on really good 2-drops. And I know that people in the comments are going to be like, but it has this. Like, the problem with things like Abbot of Carol Keep and Teamer, is you're going to be going a little higher in a Teamer deck on curve than you would in some sort of other decks. And so Abbot of Carol Keep will blank a lot of the time, and that's an issue. But a 2-drop like this, I think is great because Teamer's going to go a little bit longer anyway.
Yeah.
Sort of could work in a lot of things. Like I said, Jund, I was looking at it. Bant is a possibility, but I don't know how many 2-drop creatures Bant wants to play other than Jace. So, again, like you said, sort of the shorthand version, it has to find a home.
Yeah.
But it looks like a pretty powerful card to me. We've got to figure out what it does,
Next up, we've got Oath of Nissa, and this is the best card in the set by far.
It just be, it's going to see play in Eternal formats.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, it's a 1-drop.
Like anticipate.
1-drop draw 1, but out of the top 3.
Yeah.
Like, it's very specific and everything, but even that, like, it's just so perfect.
Yeah. I wanted to get you enchantments.
Yeah.
That's the problem. But it can obviously get creatures and lands, which in a lot of green-based decks is all you care about.
Yeah.
That is all you care about. So, you keep going. It seems like you had more there. Sorry.
On top of that, like, being able to cast any of the planeswalkers that you may be running and get is also just nice gravy on there. Like, it makes green-black for Liliana the Veil.
Liliana the Veil, yeah.
In Modern, that much smoother, that
I
much
love
easier
that.
and everything.
Like, I just want to play 4 Oath and then, like, 4 Liliana the Veil.
Yeah.
And, like, very few black sources. You play, like, an Urborg, a couple of things. Because, if you have an Oath out, you can just play whatever.
Yeah.
Planeswalker, you want to play with whatever mana you have. People are discounting that. That seems really good to me. But it's people have compared this to Brainstorm in green. And I get that. Yeah, it makes sense. And it does everything that a green card that would give you card advantage, just really card selection. Everything that a green card that gives you that, everything you'd want out of it.
Yeah.
Just being able to get creatures or lands to me, like, it could have just been creature or land.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been fine. It just throws Planeswalker on top of that, Just for 1 mana. And you can play 4 ofs. Because you really don't care if you lose one to the legend rule. Nobody, it doesn't matter. It's not like multiples of these out at the same time would even do anything.
Yeah.
So, it's basically you play 4 and it's first turn, draw the best card out of the top 3. And it's even a good top deck.
Yeah.
It's so many amazing things about Oath. You got anything else?
No.
Yes.
We've said all we can say about Oath.
Yeah,
Oath of Nissa is good.
Amazing. Like, there's a lot to say about Oath, but you can sum it up just by saying it's probably the best card in the set, and it's probably going to see the most play in, like, multiple formats. So,
I feel like this is going to be one of those cards that ends up getting banned somewhere.
I don't know about that. It's not like it's an instant speed, just draw whatever
Fair
card.
enough.
You know what I mean? but it's amazing card selection. So, I mean, we could probably... The best thing you can say about this card is that it is just amazing. I mean, that pretty much sums it up. I hate to be that guy who's like, this card's amazing, let's move on. And we've already babbled on enough about it. But at the same time, like, you can't really quantify how amazing that card is. I said in the spoiler video, like, they printed, like, it's amazing. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around they printed this. And, like, they did. So, yeah. Oath of Nissa, guys. Up next is Zendikar Resurgent. This is every bit as bad looking to me as Oath of Nissa is good looking. I do not like this card. You and I have not talked about it at all. How do you feel?
No.
No. Okay.
Commander players rejoice.
Right, I could say Commander.
It's a copy of that kind of effect for them.
Yeah.
And it's 7 mana, like the ramp ones that may want this can do this no problem.
They can get this really early.
Yeah.
You know? But I just feel like they also have like better options, like Mirari's Wake and stuff. There are better things. I love drawing a card when you play the creature. That's fine.
Yeah.
But at the same time, 7 mana, guys. 7 mana. But they've been doing this with green cards. Their last set was the Great Aurora, and it was like, what? So I feel like there's something going on, and like nobody's in on the secret. Like we'll figure it out at some point. But like even in the ramp decks, that's the most common thing people say play this in. But like it's a 7 mana ramp card, like that ramps you. Yeah. Like your cards should win the game if they cost 7 mana. So I just no.
However, this is a 7 mana card that could potentially win you the game
with
the right deck.
Right.
Next up, we've got Gladeheart Cavalry, and I've actually done some testing with this in an elf deck.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I got lucky and I haven't tested against control. I know control is going to end up...
You'll never resolve this.
Yeah,
no, sir.
I just happened to get like a really perfect, smooth draw for this. It was like Gnarlroot Trapper into Beastcolor Savant, Gnarlroot Trapper.
Jeez.
Oh yeah, just like boom. So I dropped this guy on turn 3 and had myself a 7/7 plus all the like 2/2 mana dorks all of a sudden.
That's an outlier. You know what I mean? It won't happen all the time.
Oh yeah.
But it turn 3.
Yeah.
Turn 3. That seems good. It seems really good.
Yeah, I was running this like green-black elf deck that I made for this guy and the new Nissa and like Oath of Nissa and everything to try out. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It has some great blowout wins through like Shaman of the Pack and Nissa. This guy is just like a 1-of in there. It's not actually a thing, but...
I mean, 7 mana for an elf is a lot.
Yeah.
You know, but you got Beast Collars and Gnarlroot Trappers, so you can make it, you know. I can see that, but I'm still just going to take a pass on it. I don't much care for it just because 7 mana is so much. It's so much. I was talking with a guy who was talking about tokens.
Yeah.
It's like you play it in tokens with mtgo Husk. You play this guy. All you guys get a token, right? You swing in with him, and then anyone that dies, you get the 2 life, right? Or you could just sacrifice them all in mtgo Husk, make him huge, and you get 14 life. Right? So that's, you know, that seems good, but it's 7 mana. It's 7 mana. Like Aristocrats doesn't want a 7 mana card. Elves doesn't really want a 7 mana card. So it's probably just, you know, it's an absolute limited bomb.
Oh yeah.
It's absolutely nuts and limited, but it's bad. Constructed. I don't like it. This is Bonds of Mortality here. I'm just not like super impressed at all. I know people are talking standard because Ojutai exists, but this doesn't. You still have to kill the Ojutai. You know what I mean? Like green isn't a color that kills creatures. It's not. So you still have to. It's like not really a 2-for-1 because this draws your card and it stays out. You don't have to sacrifice it to get the hexproof or anything, or to make them drop the hexproof.
Yeah.
But I just don't think that it's worth it, even out of the sideboard. I just really don't. I don't know about Modern at all. I guess there's like Geist of Saint Traft. So there's that. Commander, I guess it matters.
I think they have enough edict effects in Modern to not have to worry about that.
That's what I'm thinking. Like if you're gonna do something about a Geist of Saint Traft or something, you just play a card that kills it. You know, that works around it and kills it against the Bogles deck or whatever. You know. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I like that it draws you the card, And people are speculating on it, but I'm pretty sure this is going to end up, fairly obscure a year from now. I hope I'm making the right call.
Alright, we've got Embodiment of Insight, and, it's a fine 5-mana 4/4 Vigilance. It's just fine.
Yeah. Super limited playable.
And, the land creature stuff and landfall thing is just nice green.
Yeah, the lands that you control have vigilance is funny to me. Because,
Yeah.
they can still tap for mana the turn they swing, I think it's really good. And in limited, it goes really well with a few landfall cards, obviously, in your BFZ pack you'll get in draft. But also, there's a red card in this set, a red creature, that he's very similar to this. He costs like a mana less, and he gives all your land creatures trample. And he does the same thing, when he landfall trick.
Yeah.
So I think the green-red landfall deck is definitely something that they're trying to make you put together in limited. Especially in draft. I think you have to draft the deck. It's going to be hard to put together and just sealed. But this is obviously a key card in that. I don't think it'll see any constructed play at all. But in limited, it's definitely the backbone of a certain deck.
Oh, yeah.
This is Seed Guardian here. Actually, I put this in sort of my honorable mentions for the last day of spoilers. Not for the spoilers overall, just the last day. Because I think the card at least caught my eye. I like that it's a replacement effect. And it can replace itself with something bigger than itself. It's when it dies, you get a creature with PT equal to the number of creatures in your graveyard. So, black green mill sell for Soul Tie or something. Budget, probably only a budget card. But any feelings?
I could do some work with Sidisi.
Oh, yeah. The next couple of months. I hadn't even thought about that's crazy. I hadn't even thought about Sidisi. I love Sidisi. You just dump a few creatures in your graveyard. Yeah. That does work. Gather the pack. We still got Tiger Scheming, obviously.
Yeah.
There's stuff, There's plenty of self-milled things. I just, I don't think it's worth it just to make this one guy work. He's good with Rot Shambler, you know what I'm talking about? It's a 2-drop that whenever one of your guys dies, it gets +1/+1. So it's an interesting synergy there. So it's bad.
Yeah.
It's fairly bad.
Yeah.
We're prattling on. It just, it seems interesting is all. What's this next thing?
This is Niss's Judgment, and this is a fine piece of green limited removal. And that's about it.
Yeah, there's one card like this in every set now.
Yeah.
It's strictly for limited play. 5 mana's a lot, and it's sorcerer speed, but whatever. It's perfectly fine removal.
It's better than green's traditional fight spell, though.
Yeah.
Because it's just them dealing damage to it.
Yeah, it's not a two-way street. And I love that they just all gang tackle it. I love the flavor because this is get him! Everyone just dog piles on the dude. That's cool. And then you get, I like that you support first.
Yeah.
Support and then fight. That's cool. So, card seems cool in limited. This is Harvester Troll. Yet another decent limited card. I think it's fun in a budget deck with Nantuko Husks. Again, that. You can have a 4/5. But it's still only 4 mana 4/5 isn't actually amazing. So, no, yeah, probably not.
I don't even like this in limited.
Oh, I like it in limited. I do. I don't like sacrificing a guy, but I do. I think there's
land.
True. Well, I don't want to sacrifice a land. I do not want to do that.
Not for a 4/5 for 4.
No,
thank you.
No. Especially since in the next couple of turns in this limited, they can go above this.
Yeah.
And you lost a guy or land. So I don't like that aspect of it, but I do think there's ways in this limited, especially the draft environment, to make sacrificing a creature a positive effect.
Yeah.
So if you can pull it off, I think it's a fine card. But aside from that, no, it seems fairly bad.
Next up, we've got Baloth Pup. And,
I like this in limited.
2 mana 3/1 in limited? Yes.
Exactly.
That's
Plus
fine.
gravy.
Plus gravy, fine, okay. But...
Support is in this format.
Yeah.
It'll get a +1/+1 counter easy. I don't know, man. This seems like a really solid 2-drop to me.
It probably is going to be good in limited, but I would prefer to just play this 2-drop and a bunch of other 2-drops and not worry so much about the support.
Well, people are going to be worried about this trading down sort of. Once it becomes a 4/2 trample, it can still be easily traded with their 2-drop.
Yeah.
You know, with their same 2-drop. You know, that's I understand that is concerned, but I'm more worried. I want to trade this up.
Yeah.
You know, I want to make it a 4-power guy and then trade it with their 4-drop.
Yeah.
And I think that's entirely possible with this card. So I don't know. It seems we've always liked 2-mana 3/1s in limited, and they rarely have really good upside. And this has fine upside. So I don't know. I'd play it. I think it's a very solid.
Oh, I'm not saying
drop.
I wouldn't play it.
Yeah, fair enough. Up next is Canopy Gorger, and this is a strictly better Crawlworm. Crawlworm that gets an extra point of toughness. Power creep. Power creep. Crawlworm was the man back in the day. You don't even understand. Like, there was a 6-mana, a cycle of creatures, right? There was Sarah Angel, that was the white guy, the white creature. There was Shivan Dragon, that was the red one. Cinder Vampire, that was the black one. The blue one was Mahamoti Djinn, and then the green one was Crawlworm. You know, those are like the big creatures. And like Cinder Vampire, Sarah Angel, these are some of the best, most iconic creatures through the first 15 years of Magic. And Crawlworm is part of that cycle. So this is better than one of the most classic cards in the history of Magic. So, not going to see standard play. I'm not saying that. Just for purely nostalgic reasons.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm a fan. So, limited though. No, seriously.
I mean, yeah.
It's common.
Fine.
This is common.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm playing the crap out of that.
And next up we've got Elemental Uprising. And this is similar to Dance of the Skywise that we had.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like green and it's land creature and everything. So that's cool. Like, that's fine. I'm actually kind of cool with that.
Yeah, Skywise looks better just because of the flying.
Yeah.
But like Skywise, you have to have a creature.
Yeah.
And like this, you just have to have land. Like, everybody's got land, you know? So, that seems somewhat playable, at least. I like that it's instant speed and you can block.
Yeah.
You know, that seems really good. So, card's probably fine. Card's probably fine.
I would say so.
I like it as like green removal.
Yeah.
You know?
You can either block with it or you can get an attack in. You know,
Yeah. And like, depending on where you are in the game, they might not want to take that forward.
Exactly.
Throw a guy in front of it. Up next, we've got Lead by Example, the sort of bare bones support card, you know. They could have easily made this a sorcery, but it's instant speed, which is good because now it's a combat trick. And as a combat trick, I actually think the card is really good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That actually makes that 3/1 2-drop we saw earlier much better.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, next turn you like immediately Lead by Example.
Yeah.
You know. And if you played a 1-drop, they both get counters, the 2-drop and the 1-drop.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think Lead by Example is going to be at least a good, like, one-of limited combat trick. I wouldn't take it too far. People have talked about this in Standard because Hangerback Walker exists. I think people go, like, way too overboard with +1/+1 counter. Anytime anything that does anything with +1/+1 counters happens, people are like, Hangerback Walker! It's not always... Like, when Earthen Arms came out last set, it was like, just put 2 +1/+1 counters on a guy. Everyone was like, oh, Hangerback Walker! It's like, that card doesn't see any play now. Man, same thing with Lead.
Green, White, Hardened Scales.
Yeah, again, Hardened Scales is another one that everyone's like, you know, Hardened Scales! It's not always great.
No, but it's fun, and people like it.
I like that. Hardened Scales, you get like 4 counters off this. So that might be good. Might be good. Maybe. Who knows? But I'm not seeing it. I love that it's instant speed. Who knows? But it's like, you have to make 4 spots for it. What is this?
Loam Larva is what we have up next. Larva. Yeah. Something delicious.
The floor is larva. Is all I think when I see this card. Anyway, I love the art. Huh?
Yes.
Right?
Very big win on the art there, actually.
Bugs have been really good lately. Like in the last set, or maybe it was Origin, there was Caustic Caterpillar. And it's got like the most beautiful art I've ever seen. And now there's this. It's really good art. But it's fine in like limited. This is a really
2-mana 1/3 with a nice enter the battlefield effect. It's just fine.
And one thing I didn't talk about in the spoiler video that I really should have is that this ensures that you get a land drop on turn 3.
Yeah.
And also in the limited deck, because again you're getting a pack of BFZ. In the limited landfall deck, if you're sort of thin on 2-drops, like you don't have your slide runners or your snapping gnarlets, this is a fine 2-drop because it ensures, even late in the game as a top deck, it ensures a landfall trigger.
Yeah.
So that there's some things to like, you know. 2-mana 1/3s are traditionally good, so in limited. It's no Erishin Cleric, but for a 2-mana 1/3, it's it does work.
Yeah.
This is Natural State. I think it's a very, very super duper good standard sideboard card. What do you think?
I'm right there with you, and I like it in some other formats as well.
Maybe. Somebody the other day, I called this card Modern Playable. And the guy in Modern was like, Nature's Claim is better in Modern. It's strictly better in Modern. And that's not necessarily true. Nature's Claim does destroy any artifact or enchantment at instant speed. But then its controller gains 4 life. So that's not strictly better. That does seem a little better, though, in a lot of cases. Oh, yeah. But in Natural State, seems better as an aggro sideboard card in Modern against certain things. Nature's Claim more of a control card. But in Standard especially, this appears to be, anti-Silk Wrap, anti-Stasis Snare, anti-Ascendancy, Hangerback Walker. There's so many targets for something like this. All the oaths. So, yeah. Anything else?
No, I'm pretty sure that covers it.
Sorry.
No problem.
But yeah, standard sideboard staple for the next year.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Next up, we've got Netcaster Spider, and, it's a spider.
It does spider stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. Only this one, hold on, let me take another. Blocks a creature with flying. Oh yeah, when it does reach, it gets bigger. Yeah. That's good. That's actually this card, it costs 3, right? This card's really playable in limited.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is a spider above the rest.
Oh, yeah. It seems like every set lately too, there's been a spider that is good in limited. Fine. Yeah, you play them.
Yeah.
Play them. Yeah. Up next is Pulse of Mirasa, and I'm probably more excited about this card than I should be.
I mean, I actually disagree with you there.
Really? Think you can do some work?
It's not that bad, honestly. I
don't think so either.
It's 3 mana, it's instant speed. We do Kolaghan's Command the same way. Mm-hmm. Granted, that's got 2 other options.
Right, it's got all the options on it.
Yeah. This is just gain 6 life and get a creature back, or a land. Yeah. So,
fetch land usually.
Yeah, you have those options. Being able to get back a fetch land.
Or a person land that died. A man land.
Or a man land. That kind of option is going to be really nice in the decks that actually care about that sort of stuff. Mm. Honestly, I wouldn't mind playing this right alongside Kolaghan's Command. Or in the board for the matchups where I actually need the life gain. Yeah.
That's the thing. I feel like it's a decent board card against some aggro decks. We have so much in this format that does a similar thing that it's going to be hard for this to see play right away. But, there's Den Protector, Tassiger, Jace, Kolaghan's Command, Ojutai's Command, So, this will have to do a lot to be better than any of those cards. And it's not. It's not.
No,
but
I'm not saying better.
Right.
But at the same time, sideboard deck.
Right, I'm just trying to be, objective, because like I said, I'm really excited about it. And I probably shouldn't be, so I'm just trying to, check myself, and it's not on the level of any of the other cards. It compares to a lot of things, which means that it's not going to get much of the market share, But we'll have to see. Card just sort of calls to me, Mm-hmm. When a card has an aura, you can kind of feel that something's up. Yeah, this card has an aura.
Saddleback
Legak.
Oh god, this guy, Saddleback Legak.
Saddleback Legak. Probably my favorite name in the whole set.
Yeah.
I love the name so much.
I mean, I think it's okay in limited, and yeah.
That's about it. Yeah. I mean, as far as the actual effect of the card, I don't care. I wish the card could have been better with a name like that. It sounds like the main character of a children's adventure novel series. Yes. The Saddleback Legak. Saddleback Legak and the Secret Crystal, or whatever. It sounds like an Indiana Jones type guy, Saddleback Legak. And I don't care about the card at all. I just love that a card is named that. Alright, up next is Tajuru Pathward, and this card is fantastic and limited. Nowhere else. But the card is an extremely good limited 5-drop.
Oh, yeah.
So,
very good.
Yeah. Super splashable. Vigilance is awesome. Trample's great. Play the card.
Yep.
Play the card. Especially it's common. Play this card. What's next, though?
Next up, we've got... what the hell is that? Jesus.
I had to look at it, too. I had to look at it, too. What the freak? I was like, oh, 1 minute instant, but I don't know, it's kind of a, I don't know, it's probably a good combat trick. You guys don't even know what this is yet. We haven't even said it.
Finds a recluse. Oh, jeez. I need glasses for real, dog. Oh.
We've got it zoomed in and stuff, too. It's whatever.
Oh, man.
Alright. So, yeah.
It's a fine limited combat trick. I like the fact that it's 1 mana and it untaps the guy.
Yeah, that's cool. That's always cool to untap. You get surprise.
Yeah.
It's always nice. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe like a one-of combat trick in limited.
Yeah.
Depends on what you're doing. You know? 23rd card. Do it or not?
Yeah, I could see that.
Alright. Tony says do it. I'll put my stamp on that too. We are now into the Eldrazi in green for this set. First one being World Breaker, and like, you know, I really want this card to be good. Probably not great. You know, it is a recyclable card. You know, you can bring it back, and it kills a thing. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. It costs 7 mana.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah.
So how do you feel?
Pretty much the same ballpark there. It's 7 mana. Like, I know it's an Eldrazi and we can get there.
Yeah.
But do we really want to? Like, there's other things that just affect the game so much more.
Well,
Granted, that's right now. 3 months from now, 6 months or so, whenever the next sort of rotation stuff starts
3 months until Shadows over Innistrad, and that's when Cons and Fate will rotate.
By the time all that stuff's gone, maybe this will be where we're at, and maybe it won't be. I don't know.
Yeah. I hope maybe not. Like, I don't know if I want this. Like, I would have rather just them printed, they reprinted Acidic Slime. That would have been fine. Every color has a weird, super high cost Eldrazi that is probably bad. I'll file him under that for now. We'll see.
Next up, we've got Vile Redeemer, and I love this guy, actually.
I love this guy, too.
Like, 3/3 for 3. So when limited, that's fine, especially since he has Flash. At the same time, in actual constructed, being able to pay for and get all the Eldrazi Scions that he produces, I mean, come on, that just screams aristocrats right there.
Super screams aristocrats, you
like,
know?
Geez.
Like, you sack 3 guys, and you pay 4, and you get, you know, this guy plus 3 more guys.
Yeah, like,
you
you
know,
don't
sack
have...
those guys. That's all the cutthroat triggers that you'd ever want. So, and he flashes. Like, you could, like, they swing in at you, right? And you block with all your dudes, you know, save a cutthroat. 3 or 4 of your guys die, and then at the end of their turn, you flash this in. You know, you could either get a bunch of Scions and then hold them over to your next turn. You then get to block again. Or you could just sacrifice those Scions still at the end of their turn to deal a bunch of damage with Cutthroat, you know. And you've already gotten 3 or 4 Cutthroat triggers that turn.
Yeah.
And you get 3 or 4 more. And it's like, this could be really good.
Yeah.
Could be really good. And once Rally the Ancestors rotates, this won't, like, flat out replace it. But I do think this does something... I hesitate to use the word similar to Rally. But a lot of times in, like, 4-color Rally decks, you're bringing back your guys just so you can get Zulaport Cutthroat triggers. It's the only reason you're doing it.
Yeah.
This guy does exactly that. He does exactly that. So,
and provides one himself.
Yeah. And you don't even have to have an Mtgo Husk for that. You know, if you just lose creatures in combat and then play this guy, and if you want to, you can sacrifice them to themselves.
Yeah.
You can get a bunch of mana if you need it for whatever, you know. So, it's Flash.
Yeah.
So, you know, I hope...
It's just, it really has a lot of potential.
Yes, it does. So, you know, I don't want to just straight up say, like, definite yes standard play, but, like, in that deck, he just seems outrageous later on in the game. So, maybe. Maybe. This is Birthing Hulk, which is, I guess, a fine limited creature. I mean, it costs 7. It's 7 mana for only a 5-power guy, but then you get 2 more power in the form of Eldrazi tokens. So, but the thing is, I don't want my 7 mana guys to give me Scion tokens. Like, I want to work towards 7 mana guys by using Scion tokens. But still, you know, Regenerate is a perfectly fine ability in limited environments, and the Scion tokens enable his regeneration.
Yeah.
So, you know, I can see him being fine.
Yeah.
Anything?
I think he will be actually fairly decent in limited for the decks that want him.
in this limited environment, people are going to be playing like 6 and 7 in certain decks, you know.
Yeah.
But this is one of the worst cards you can play at 7 mana. Yeah. It's still good, but there are just way better options if you're going to go that high.
Yeah. All right. I actually am kind of okay with this next one.
Oh, I'm super okay with this.
Yeah, we got a devoid rampant growth that you have to have waste for, but that's actually not that bad because if the green, like mono green ramp for Eldrazi, ends up going to Kozilek as well in there alongside Ulamog,
it's possible.
Then being able to like fetch up waste with this on turn 2 isn't actually that bad of a thing. Like it's a good way to have it like continuously smooth out their ramp. Like you get this on turn 2, then was it Nissa's on 3?
Nissa's Pilgrimage.
Yeah, Nissa's Pilgrimage. That's the thing. On 3, going into like rampant growth and everything.
Honestly, if you play this and you get the land in play, like you play Waste first turn, second turn Forest or whatever, untapped green source. Yeah. You play this, then next turn you can, on third turn, you can go ahead and Explosive Vegetation.
Yeah,
like that's
true.
That seems awesome.
Yeah, that's like super fast ramp all of a sudden.
So, but you have to have a waste on the first turn or the second. You can play first turn green source, second turn waste. You can do that too. Yeah. We just happen to have the waste. Mono green Eldrazi may have to change dramatically to make that work. But I think it might be well worth it. Mm-hmm. You know, all they play right now on their second turn is like Sylvan Scrying. If they could play this instead, I think they would. Yeah. So they might try to make it work. I think the last card was called Ruin in Their Waste, by the way. I don't know that we ever actually said the name of the card.
Yeah, I think we did.
Did we? Okay, good. If we did, I'll edit this part out. But anyway, this is Stalking Drone right here. A fine 2-drop. Fine, common, bear for limited. You can make it a little bigger. Sucks you can only do that once a turn, but you know, making your 2-drop a 3/4 for only 1 mana, pretty good. It's actually really good. Mm-hmm. So I'd play as many copies of this as I got. Definitely.
All day. Nice 2 mana 2/2. 1 cost pump penalty. Fine.
Super good. And this is the final card.
Yay. Alright, next up, last but not least, we've got Scion Summoner, and I actually like this card a lot in Limited.
Oh, in Limited, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it feels like a card that is sort of left out of Battle for Zendikar. Mm-hmm. You know, like, it's very reminiscent of those cards. Like all the Green Eldrazi in that set. We've got a few in this set that do it too. Mm-hmm. Just this one feels particularly BFZ to me, I don't know. Mm-hmm. And yeah, again, you'll get a BFZ pack in your draft, so this will go very well with all those cards. You know, it's just 3 power, 3 mana. Yeah. 2 guys, ramps, whatever. Seems good. Very solid, you know, somewhere in the 20 to 23rd card range. Solid.
Exactly. That's green, guys.
That's green. Yeah, that's pretty much it right there. Green looks like it has some solid limited cards that are a little bit above curve, but that's green for you. Yeah. You know, it's got its one removal piece that it cares about. Couple of big balmy creatures. You know, green is very typically green. Yeah. In this set. But how do you feel about limited potential?
Limited potential isn't bad because it's got like Nissa and Oath of Nissa in there to help like boost things up.
If you get them, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's got the potential to be okay. But as far as the actual like meat of their limited format, their commons and uncommons, meh. Like
we saw like
maybe an okay support color.
Right, we saw like 1.5 good combat tricks. Yeah. And then we mostly saw like solid mid-range creatures, which is green specialty. But the green creatures in this set look especially solid to me in limited environments. You know, so I'm with you. Support color, good support color. How do you feel about the standard playability of the green cards in the set as a whole?
Let's see, how many are there? Like 30 something?
Yeah, I think there's 28 or 30 some odd green cards. I forget. But we know, at least 2 cards are very playable.
Oh yeah.
You know, the 2 Nissa cards. I like Sylvan Advocate. I think that's standard playable. Aside from that, I don't think so. Ruin in Their Wake. Oh, and the sideboard common.
Yeah, so there's like top 5 so far.
Yeah, that's pretty much the 5, I'd say. Yeah.
I think the 4/4 land might have a thing in like the landfall deck or something.
Maybe. Yeah, I like it. I really like it in limited. That thing feels like removal. But you got both Nissa cards, Sylvan Advocate, the sideboard thing, and Ruin in their wake. It's probably the top 5. Probably. Let us know how you feel, though. If we missed anything, or you think something's amazing, or you think that something is terrible that we really like, let us know. That means a lot to us. And we'll see you guys next time. We're doing red next time. I'm pretty excited. There's a couple of good red playables, too. So join us for that. We'll talk about Chandra and the gang, and we'll see you guys next time. I'm Dev from SBMTG.
I'm Tony.
We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, my wizards.